The Constitution of the Bahamas, 1973, Provisions on Treaty. 25. Protection of freedom of movement. 1. Except with his consent, no person shall be hindered in the enjoyment of his freedom of movement, and for the purposes of this article, the said freedom means the right to move freely throughout the Bahamas, right to reside in any part thereof. The right to enter the Bahamas, right to leave the Bahamas, and immunity from expulsion therefrom. 2. Nothing contained in or done under the authority of any law shall be held to be inconsistent with or in contravention of this article to the extent that the law in question makes provision which is reasonably required, in the interests of defense, public safety, public order, public morality, public health, town and country planning, of the prevention of plant or animal diseases, or for the purpose of protecting the rights and freedoms of other persons, and except so far as that provision or, as the case may be, the thing done under the authority thereof is shown not to be reasonably justifiable in a democratic society. For the removal of a person from the Bahamas to be tried outside the Bahamas for a criminal offense or to undergo imprisonment in some other country in respect of a criminal offense of which he has been convicted. For the imposition of restriction upon the movement of residents within the Bahamas of public officers or member of a disciplined force that are reasonably required for the purpose of the proper performance of their functions, or for the imposition of restriction on the right of any person to leave the Bahamas of any person who is not a citizen of the Bahamas or the exclusion or expulsion therefrom of any such person, or for the imposition of restrictions on the right of any person to leave the Bahamas in the public interest, or for securing compliance with any international obligation of the government of the Bahamas, particulars of which have been laid before Parliament. 3. Any restriction on a person's freedom of movement which is involved in his lawful detention shall not be held to be inconsistent with or in contravention of this article. 4. For the purposes of subparagraph C of paragraph 2 of this article, law in that paragraph includes directions in writing regarding the conduct of public officers, generally of any class of public officer issued by the government of the Bahamas.